When it comes to mining cryptocurrencies, the more money you spend, the more passive income you earn. But it's not quite that simple, and let's put a cap to how crazy we're gonna get. These are the top 5 mining rigs you can buy right now, under $3,000. And I'm not just reading stuff off the interwebs. Several of these I have in hand, and I can give you real world mining profitability. And let me tell you, some aren't as good as they're supposed to be. My name is Vosk, you're on the Voskcoin YouTube channel. I'm a full-time cryptocurrency miner, but I also enjoy making crypto videos. So last month we put out 3 profitable miners you can buy under 300. So if you're looking for some entry-level stuff, fun stuff, that's going to be the video for you. But if you've got a little bit of a higher budget or you're just curious, well, let's go through the numbers. You go to mining profitability sites, you see some numbers, you get excited, but they're not always what they're all cracked up to be. Most notably, and there's really weird timing on this one, which I'll explain, but CKB Miners. Nervos Network is the coin. It's an altcoin. It's mineable, proof of work, stuff like that. It's exchanged on many cryptocurrency exchanges, so you can hold the coin if you think it's got a future or not. We talked about it before. I like CKB personally, which is one of the reasons I'm mining it. The K7 tops the chart. Okay, it's an ASIC miner. These are custom computers, purpose built. You know, if you need the basics on that, watch our how to set up an ASIC miner video. We're jumping straight into the meat of things today. Specifically, we're gonna focus here on the iBeLink BMN3 because I have this. The K7, well, I'll explain that. It just went back in stock, and these numbers are through the roof. So when I take my real world mining profitability, I earned 37.61, 36.06, 37.77 coins per day. All right, and let's take that lucky number, 3777. That equates to 14 bucks a day. That's not even close. And you're like, well, it says 14 bucks a day right there. Yeah, but this is also supposed to account for the electric bill at 12 cents per kilowatt hour, which is the default setting on this website. When you click on it, it actually opens up and it says you're going to profit $9.22 a day and it costs $9.50 to run. But the reality is, okay, so if I have that electric cost, I'm only making like $4 a day. This miner is absolutely within the realm and budget, under $3,000. But the elephant in the room is the more efficient Bitmain Antminer K7 that's coming soon. And it's much more efficient. I actually just put a review video out on the BMN3 where I break this down versus the K7 and stuff like that. But this just went back in stock. And I don't know, it's a weird time for all the metrics to be pumped. And it's like, well, is it just more profitable? In recent history, it's become more difficult to mine, not easier, which would mean you would get more coins. But anyway, moving on, number 1 is the iBeLink BMN3. It's not as profitable as it's shown to be, but it is under $3,000. It does earn more money than you burn at an average residential electricity rate mining crypto, but there is a much better version that's shipping out right now. One of the most common questions now that you can't mine Ethereum anymore is going to be Bitcoin mining. Right, we're bringing it back home to Big Daddy Bitcoin. Yeah, so lo and behold, Bitmain again just dropped a new miner that's pretty budget friendly and pretty efficient as well. 122 terahash a second mining Bitcoin. Remember, okay, when it comes to mining, terahash on Bitcoin doesn't translate to, say, CKB. These are different mining algorithms. SHA-256 will be the mining algorithm for Bitcoin. Eagle Song will be the mining algorithm for CKB. This device does that at that price point, period. Under $3,000, you mine Bitcoin. And at the right electricity rate, it's the right buy. There's a cheaper version, right? $2,000, but it's less efficient. For only 300 more watts, you're getting 22 more terahash a second. It's a 22% jump for basically 10% more in electricity. The S19XP is much more efficient, but it's also much more expensive. How much does this thing make? I don't have one yet. I'm trying to get one. That was just recently released. We look at the profitability charts, it's not there yet. But the M50S Micro BT Watts miner has very similar performance. So when we click that open, miner stats profit calculator is a little weird, but basically, and we're going to take out marketplace stuff. You could hope to profit, right, at a 10 cent per kilowatt hour electricity rate, $2 a day or so, right? It actually earns maybe around $9-10, but almost $8 at that electric rate is going to be going towards your electricity bill, unfortunately. So that would be number 2 on our top 5 profitable mining rigs to buy under $3,000. Yes. Evergreen, it's what you want your video content to be, and you want your bank account green, and you want the charts to be green, and you want, well, you don't really want your Bitcoin to be green because that would be Bitcoin Cash, and nobody wants Bitcoin Cash.
Continue insulting me. I'm not interested in continuing with this. It's Bitcoin Cash. How incredibly rude you are to me.
Regardless of all the Bitcoin drama, it's period. Moving on. Enter Evergreen. It's a Chia miner. It's hard drive mining. It's efficient mining. These are plug and play. They're pretty freaking cool. Full disclaimer, right? Not financial advice with everything. Also, we have an affiliate link with Coin Mining Central. Also use our code Voskcoin to get a discount there if you want to grab your miner from there or grab it from somewhere else. Totally fine. They also sell the Bitcoin miner I was talking about. But I also bring it up because we also reached out to Evergreen to become an affiliate with them, and we have a discount code with them to save you some money if you go ahead and grab one. We actually featured Evergreen in our top miners under 300 because they have an entry-level model under 300, which is really cool. You're in profits daily. Your phone charger probably uses more electricity than this mining rig does, which is really cool. And I'm talking even the bigger ones. Okay, so that's exactly what we're talking about. Here's some of my real world mining data. I've got the model that's almost $3,000. In their app, it says I'm earning $70 a month. I'm actually earning more towards $90 a month, which that's cool. I'd rather underestimate and get overpaid. I'm using the Starter Kit Pro 160 terabyte version. It's projected to mine about 2 Chia a month, and I find that to be accurate. It costs $2,799. They have a kit that's in between, kind of like a sweet spot, right? It's half the price, but you do pay a little bit more per hard drive, and you do end up with less earnings because of that, right? So it's hard drive mining. You're using your terabyte space. The more hard drives you deploy for hard drive mining, the more money you will make because your mining power is basically greater, right? Basically a higher mining hash rate, and you earn more coins. Chia is ranked 128 out of all cryptocurrencies by market cap. That's pretty good. It's almost a top 100 coin, and I think it's on track to become one. It's trading at $45 a coin. All right, it's got big trading volume. It's easy to trade in and out of this coin. 2 Chia, if you can get that per month, it is about $90 right now. After the electric bill, I'd be pulling probably $85. Oh, I wish. Maybe in a bull run. $85. Let's say I'm only earning 70 like the app suggests. I still end up after my electric bill probably pulling in about 1.5 Chia per month. That's cool. It's all you can really ask for. This is the miner out of all the ones I'm talking about today that I think is the least risky other than the Bitcoin miner, and probably the most profitable, less electricity intensive, and just a much bigger upside, right? So Chia all-time high traded at $1,645. It's down 97% from there. That is a big way up. It's only up 70% from its all-time low, and it was trading at just around $30 just like a month or so ago. It's up 55% just in the last 30 days. So you do whatever you want to do, but that is number 3, and that is my most recommended one in this video for whatever it's worth. Moving on. What are we doing back here? We're looking at another Bitmain miner because, well, they make a lot of miners and they just have a really strong grip in the ASIC mining game, which ASIC mining is really the only profitable form of mining other than a few offshoots like the Chia hard drive mining that we talked about. And one other thing that people love or hate, or mostly just hate now, I'll talk about that here in a bit. But when we look at GPUs, right, what about GPU mining? Well, at 10 cents per kilowatt hour, you lose money with almost every graphics card in existence. So it's a poor investment. But hey, if you got the hardware, maybe worth running. If you're going to buy it, you'll probably break even in about 3,933. days. So the HNS Miner HS3 is what I specifically want to bring up, listed at $2,000, $2,100 really. Also keep in mind, depending where you buy miners from, like every time you buy from Bitmain, you always get hit with a tariff. Coin Mining Central ships some of their stuff from within the US, so you aren't subject to those tariffs. In the US, tariffs hit you for 30%. I mean, that's depending on your order and what miners and stuff, it's thousands of dollars. And that's money you got to make up on, you know, in between you and breaking even. Coin Mining Central also, on that note, like other ASIC miner resellers, are reselling this miner. They're reselling it for a hefty markup, $4,462. That means that it technically is moved out of our top 5 miners under 3,000. But if you do make a Bitmain account, and keep in mind you need to KYC to be able to order through them, which sucks. And we do watch the HNS Handshake Miner HS3 Antminer. And this thing comes back in stock, and it's anywhere between $2,000 like it was in its original listing here, which wasn't all that long ago, and $3,000, then it's back in the list. And that would make it number 4. To close out number 4, though, I want to talk about Handshake. It's one of the riskier coins, but also one of the biggest upsides by far. It's ranked 778 by market cap. Okay, it is down 96, almost 97% from its all-time high. It's only up 50% from its all-time low just 2 months ago. A little bit of a conspiracy theory, but basically when Bitmain gets into coins, they pump it through whatever ways they're doing it. I don't know. That's not the speculation for today. But I am absolutely going to be deploying more Handshake miners. I hope it's a good time, but it may not be, and I'm cool with that. Goldshell was the previous leader in Handshake mining, but Bitmain has stepped up to the plate, and they are knocking it out of the park as far as efficiency goes. Goldshell still makes and sells miners. And really, honestly, all I'd recommend Goldshell for now these days is cheap entry-level box miners, right? You get an LB box, an HS or Handshake box, $200. SC box, $280. KD box 2, $300 to $350 when they go in stock, and they do frequently. Among some other miners like the CK box. These are cheap, fun, entry-level miners that even at a residential electric rate are probably pulling you maybe $1 or so a day, depending on the coin that you're specifically mining. Or not, they may just be treading water. But hey, you know, that's what happens. Cheaper miners are going to generally be less efficient, less profitable. But it's a great entry point, great way to kind of get exposure. Or if it's just your budget, get in the game. Enter number 5. Helium Deploy is selling 5G bundles. Basically, for $2,500, you can get into the 5G Helium mining game. I don't like Helium anymore. They've wronged all of the Internet of Things miners. Some people still believe in Helium, and some people are moving to 5G. I personally am here to test and be involved with every form of mining, for better and worse, you know, mentally, financially, whatever. So this is on my to-do list. I have this thing thanks to Helium Deploy, and I'm going to deploy it. I just haven't yet, but it's an option. It's up to you. I personally don't recommend Helium mining anymore. It's been a bad experience, very sour taste in my mouth among many others. Helium has a lot of money, which is also part of the problem of having a bunch of money and not fixing a bunch of issues. They're ranked 112 by CoinMarketCap out of all of the cryptocurrencies. And keep in mind that it's down 95% from its all-time high, trading at $2.67 a coin. It's still ranked that high. So I think that it'll pump in the next bull market. I think the people mining it with the original Helium hotspot miners will make some money. I think the 5G miners will make a fair share amount of money. But you know, time will tell. We'll see. That's for sure. So we're gonna put it at number 5, right? Just because I wanted to mix up our mining options. This is low energy intensive, whereas I don't want everything to be an ASIC miner and be so heavy on the electricity bill. And if you have a high electric bill, you pretty much just get kind of classed out of it. I understand that I'm may get some flack on that one. That's fine. You know, I'm just looking to, you know, regardless of how I feel, I'm gonna tell you how I feel every single time, but I also want to remove my bias and give you the full picture. And if there is another form of mining, right, that fits the budget and is more accessible due to electricity costs and things like that, I'm going to bring it up. Just like I'm going to bring up our CEO, our Chief Electric Officer. You know, the capes I had right there kind of reminded me of 3DO. You ever play Battle Tanks? One of the most fun games that I played when I was younger. Why can't we get a remake on that one? But I was trending towards Tails. 10 seconds of Tails on every Voskcoin video. That's our cutie pup. And it's time for me to go hang out with that cutie pup. I'll see you later. Hope you subscribe.